Hello and welcome to another episode of History with Andy Akright. I'm Andy Akright. Today I'm in Mission, Kansas at the Pearl Harbor Memorial Park. I'm at Martway and Maple, just behind Capital Federal Bank and the Mission Markets down there. We're starting here. Here is this giant anchor. And my buddy Robbie, my boy Robbie's here. Robbie, will you go stand next to it? Just to give you an idea of how big this thing is. Right on. Thanks, man. So one of the things that made me start these history videos is just because I was curious. And I went to Mission City Hall and asked them, how did you get that giant anchor? So the story is that there was a sorority, a college girl, whatever, in a sorority, Delta Gamma sorority, those guys. They have anchors in the front yards of their sorority houses. Now, she was interning at City Hall and they were doing this memorial, so she contacted the national office or whatnot, and somehow they got a hold of the Navy, and the Navy donated that anchor. Now, that anchor is now part of this memorial park here. The anchor is one of two, reportedly, one of two on display in the world. The other is at Pearl Harbor. My cousin was actually at Pearl Harbor, and she had told the tour guide, they were from Kansas, and the tour guide pointed out the anchor in Pearl Harbor, at Pearl Harbor, and said the only other one is in Mission, Kansas. And that's the guy right there. Now, in Mission, there was a Pearl Harbor survivor who was very involved in remembering that day. He's no longer with us, but the Pearl Harbor Survivors Association, the KC Metro 3rd, these names here, you'll see. So in Kansas City, people just think of all the death and destruction, but there are a lot of people who survived and a lot of people who continued their military service too. So Pearl Harbor, December 7th, 1941. And then this park was dedicated on VJ Day, Victory Japan, August 15th, 2004. One of the really cool things here too is this piece of the USS Arizona. It's from the superstructure, the aft superstructure. Now, when they made the memorial with the USS Arizona, they took some pieces, and they had the pieces that were taken off. They gave them to like the Naval Historical Association, whatnot. And then Congress proposed giving these to nonprofits and organizations, like veterans organizations that were worthy causes. And so one of those is in Mission, Kansas. So they applied for it, and they were granted this piece of the USS Arizona. And if you are ever in Mission and you would like to, you can touch the piece of the Arizona. It's pretty cool. It's a really cool way to communicate to younger people who might not, really appreciate what happened or anything, but if they feel a piece of shipwreck, if you will, a boat that was sunk, and it kind of becomes something solid to them. Something that's like, whoa, this is a big deal. So it's very cool. You can see the Mission Market is going tonight. But yeah, so stop on by Martway and Maple in Mission, Kansas. The Pearl Harbor Memorial Park. Touch part of the Arizona. See that giant anchor, and just have a seat. Sit and enjoy. This has been another episode of History with Andy Akright. I'm Andy Akright. I'll see you next time.